Tulsa looks good on you, your one-stop resource for all things Tulsa. Well, hey there, it's Jennie Wolek with the Wolek Group, Keller Realty, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Hey, you know what? Tulsa looks good on you, and Tulsa looks really great on my new friend, Kristin Afelumo, which actually, Kristin, when you taught us how to say your name, you said it with such flair that now I just have to do the same. So I am excited to chat with you. You are a business owner, financial planner, really, and also have your own company called Her Planning. And you have a lot more pieces of your story, but just tell everyone who you are and what you do, and then we'll get to it.
Well, thank you. I'm Kristin Afelumo. Whenever people say my name, I feel like it puts a lot of pressure on me to say it, and I've only been saying it for a few years. So great job. I own a financial planning firm called Her Planning. We are a web-based company. We've worked with clients virtually since 2018. Two advisors, some staff members, but we're based here in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Well, you have a lot of experience in helping people through their financial planning, and it's you really go way beyond that. I mean, I know that you'll help anyone, but you do kind of have a targeted market, would you say?
Sure. Yeah. So along the path of building my business, I realized that I really enjoyed working with other women. And in 2020, I reached out to some of the husbands of the women I worked with, a few of my male clients, and I said, "Hey, I'm having this thought about rebranding, and this is what I'm thinking. What do you think?" And they said, "As long as the service doesn't change and you're not charging me more, it's fine." So I confidently moved forward with the Her Planning branding to represent the fact that I mostly work with women. Typically, they're primary income earners. In a lot of cases, they are also business owners, and have really targeted education around working with those clients. So, for example, I have a certified family business specialist designation because I was working with a lot of women in business. I also have a certified divorce financial analyst designation because I found myself in a position to work with a lot of women going through divorce. I'm working on another, there's so many, there's alphabet soup. I'm working on one right now that's going to help me serve my 401k clients better. And eventually we'll work on a generalist designation. But I've been doing this for about 11 years and really just try to build the practice that I think that clients are really looking for when they're looking for a financial planner.
If someone came to you today and just said, "Where do I start? Help me on this journey. I don't have much going on yet." I mean, what are just some first setups and tips that you would give them?
So I have tons of DIY style videos on my YouTube, so feel free to check out Her Planning's YouTube. But I would say that one, start where you are. There's a lot of, especially with women, I feel like I should have, and I should have done this, let that go, and really focus on the fundamentals. And so the fundamentals are going to be things like paying off high interest debt, making sure that you've got an emergency fund, 3 months of your expenses if you're in a dual income household, 6 if you're single, and just really making sure that you've got those things taken care of, good insurance, health insurance, auto insurance, so that if something goes wrong, you've got all that covered. And once you've got those bases covered, then you can move on to building wealth in your 401k and investment accounts, buying a home, things like that.
Yeah, because some of us have these grand ideas of wealth building, and we actually teach a class to young adults, and we just talked about this, is you can't save your way to financial freedom. Do you believe that's true? And so if everybody does, like you said, they get their debts paid down and they have their emergency fund all set up, I mean, what do you think are really the best strategies to truly build wealth?
Well, so I always tell people, you're going to hear a lot of really cool stuff on the TikTok and on Instagram. There's a couple ways that people build wealth in this country primarily. The number one way they do it is in their 401k. Probably the number two way they do it is in real estate, just their primary residence. Plenty of people do it by owning a business, but owning a business is very hard and requires a lot of effort and work, and not everyone has that in them. So systematic savings is the easiest way to accomplish your goals. When it comes to generational wealth, Unpopular opinion, the easiest way to do that is by making sure you've got a big life insurance policy in place. It's the simplest thing you can do. Get some term insurance. And when you die, that money is there in a trust or set aside for your heirs. It's the easiest way to start building a legacy through generational wealth.
I love that. Now I have a daughter that's about to go off to college, so we get all of that new investment opportunity, investing in our child. But
Yeah.
maybe for like our younger generation, it's not really taught in our to our youth. And so, what are some tips for younger people to start now? Because time is the best thing for investing.
Right. So make it automatic and start now. So if you are getting your first paycheck, set up a savings account and then set up a high yield saving or a high yield savings account and a checking account. Most of your money, maybe 80% goes into your checking account. The rest can go into a high yield savings account. Interest rates are a little higher, maybe than they have been in the past few years. And so high yield savings are more popular, but I've been preaching on the mountaintop of high yield savings accounts for a long time. Usually the best ones are either online or a credit union. You can Google best high yield savings account and check out a website that'll give you some options for this month. But just find a way to have your paycheck split between those two accounts. Usually your HR department can help you with this and just automatically send money there. You won't miss it if you're new and just getting started.
So smart. And the what is it? The eighth wonder of the world is compound interest.
Compound interest. Yeah. Hmm.
And
You
if
won't even know it. Making money while you sleep.
that's a beautiful thing. Well, what did I not ask you that I should have that our viewers need to know about you or your business?
Oh, that's a great question. I would say it's never too early to have a conversation. It's definitely, I am more useful for someone that has maybe $250,000 in their 30s and 500,000 or more in their 40s. And there are benchmarks that where I have more expertise and can help more. But I had a conversation just yesterday with a woman who was like, I just lost my job. I make 70 or 80,000. I need to know how I will know when it's time to meet with you. And we spent 35 minutes or so just talking about her financial situation. I gave her some quick pointers and I hope to hear from her in the future. Also, just because I typically work with women, women always feel like they're not ready. And I talked to another girl last week who's like, I've only saved somewhere between 500,000 and 600,000, and I just feel like I'm not doing a good job. So I would I would say it's never too early to have a conversation. Even for younger adults, I do sometimes speaking engagements for organizations around town. Kids are really intuitive about money. Talk to your kids about money. If you don't talk to them about it, they'll think there's like something scary about or weird about it. So have those conversations. But I know it can be intimidating, but start where you are and definitely reach out to a professional if you need to.
That's exactly the same in our business. It's never too early to start a conversation because you might
Mhm.
learn some good tips to help you get on the right path for to set you up for success later. So
Yeah.
tell everyone, where can everybody find you and follow you and connect with you?
So our website is herplanning.com. You can find me on LinkedIn, personally and the business, Facebook and Instagram. YouTube, I think I mentioned. And I speak quite a bit around town, but you should see several webinars and lunch and learns from me in the Tulsa area and maybe in Dallas this year. So looking forward to those.
And you also have a super informative newsletter. So if someone wants to get on your newsletter, they should definitely reach out to you as well.
Yeah, they can do that. You can do it on the website or just send me an email, Kristin@herplanning.com.
I love it. Well, I'm so happy to chat with you. I can't wait to learn more from you, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for having me.